work on this Rumble thing, but I'm trying to give YouTube a chance because we're getting more subscribers on the channel. And bear with me because I was trying to find something for everybody real quick. Cause where we at right now, man, we are all being tried. All of us are being tried. And I told everybody that whole Nasara thing was. I told y'all before that shit hit, stuff gonna have to happen. Shout out to Asita Duke of Tears again. Shout out to that brother because he was on Dr. Kid Pruitt's video live last night. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Be real with y'all. Yeah, gotta be, brother. I watched Dr. Kid Pruitt video last night with Asir. I told everybody before Nasara hit, shit gonna have to happen. I was right. Listen, the brother went in the I want to say mid or like somewhere in mid in her stream or her live last night and started saying that we are the Anunnaki. I'm talking about you melanated brothers and sisters. He said that. We are the Anunnaki. He said that the Moors are known to be the high priest of Anu, which is also connected to the name of the god El or Il, El Elyon Il. Dr. Malachi York spoke on this in a lot of his books. Now here's the kicker. He also mentioned how the AI is also connected to the fallen entities. And he also mentioned how we fell from grace as well. See, this I'm about to start going because they fucking with the live already. This is how I've been trying to tell everybody to go. We gotta go into details. He went in so much last night, then I was like, wow. That whole what is it called? That Atlas thing, the 3-eye Atlas, whatever they called it. Listen, that shit was a goddamn hoax, and I knew it. Peace. I knew that thing was a goddamn hoax, and everybody kept like, yo, the aliens are coming. The aliens are coming. They was like, the aliens are coming. Motherfucker, you the alien. You the damn alien. You the extraterrestrial. You're multi-dimensional. All that talk. The mothership. Y'all better listen to Bobby Hemmett. Go back to Bobby Hemmett. Go back to Dr. Malachi York. Go back to Dr. Delbert Blair. All you melanated brothers and sisters need to pay them attention to them elders, man. I'm trying to the old school videos, the old school lectures. Go back to them old school lectures. Because these motherfuckers, these new age niggas, they done. Oh, how you doing from Russia? Peace. Shout out to you, family. All right, so this whole thing, that whole third eye Atlas, I knew it was a hoax. That's why I didn't do no video on that. That's why I didn't do no video on our channel on that, because all that stuff was just, listen, they doing everything as a psyop now. Period. They listen, they know the time is up for them. That's why another reason why the government is shut down. So listen, don't y'all know another reason why they shut down the government? Because they're trying to get resources from other continents. Did y'all hear how the way they're trying to send troops over to Nigeria because of the so-called Muslims killing unaliving Christians over there? No, listen, Nigeria is sitting on $40 billion worth of oil. Or it gets even crazier. Like the hurricane over there that happened in Jamaica in the Caribbean. Okay? Don't y'all know that was actually, don't y'all know that hurricane that happened in the Caribbean, that was engineered? Because how a hurricane is just going to wait until it strikes. Think about that. Listen, regardless, I keep telling y'all to watch the weather for a reason. Because I keep telling y'all Tiamat is fighting back too. Now check this out. Don't y'all know that they also that the United States is also going to the Caribbean because of the resources over there too? They need resources. They need to own properties and countries underneath them so they can go ahead and start doing more business. Don't believe me? Look the stuff up. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and speak how the way I need to speak on this. We came to a time, a conclusion, that where we are at right now, we are at a time period where we are going to go into another portal. More hurricanes, more tornadoes. These are portal openers. These open up portals. How you doing? Peace to you. Is that turtle the green one? How you doing? Peace. We're going into another portal or vortex, let's say, where things are about to go up even higher in the ante of things. Now, all across the planet, keep your eyes on the damn weather patterns. Keep your eyes on the natural disasters that's about to start happening. Yeah, peace. How you doing? Yeah, no. This is not no theory. This is not no fantasy. Everything I've been saying so far came to light. I'm telling you, I've been saying stuff like this for a long time about the natural disasters, the sinkholes, all of this stuff, the sinkholes, the landslides, everything. I've been saying this for a very long time now. I was featured on another channel saying this, and I kept on telling people, watch the weather patterns, watch the weather. And I kept on telling everybody, those that's in the United States, eventually we're going to move inland. I kept on saying this over and over again. Those that's overseas, wherever you at, keep your eyes on the weather. Keep your eyes on the landslides, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, everything, tsunamis, typhoons, everything, because they hitting in places where you never thought they would hit. The earthquakes are hitting in places where you never thought they would hit. Like here in Maryland, like a couple weeks ago, we had a 2.5 earthquake in the county of Baltimore County. In the state of Maryland, Baltimore County. And that happened, like, I think late, like sometime early in the morning or something like that. And also there's been a lot of tsunamis and hurricanes happening in places which you never thought they would happen before, along with landslides and sinkholes. All this is getting us prepared for the next phase into Tiamat or Gaia or Earth's transformation. It also has a lot to do with the way the women are acting. Because what they don't tell you is that women, but mainly the melanated woman, has that X chromosome. That's the mitochondrial DNA, which is the Eve gene. By how the way she's acting, the Earth is reacting the same way. Because they were in tune with the planet at one point in time. But due to all the different frequencies and vibrations and portals being open that Asita Ducatis talked about last night on Dr. Kia Pruitt, you got all these unseen entities. Notice I didn't say deities, but entities coming through this portal. I've been telling y'all that too about things happening. That's true. They worship. Thank you. That's exactly what they do. They worship the creation, rather the creator. So we're now in that stage right now that we're going into a whole nother chapter. And it's not going to get easy. You're going to have to buckle your safety belts and seat belts on this one. You're going to get yourself prepared for everything that's about to start happening. And how Tiamat is moving, she's moving faster than we all thought she would. We ain't see nothing yet. I told y'all that the new year starts in the spring solstice. That January is not the real new year. Shout out to Life Has No Niche, because she spoke on with who the months are named after in the Gregorian calendar. That the real new year, y'all, does start. It does start in spring. I like how the numbers are just fluctuating like crazy. So now it's making me wonder who's who on here now. But Yeah, a lot of stuff is about to start happening, y'all. Like for real. Um, all I can tell you, get everything prepared for as your food, everything you need. Oh, you good? Hey. I mean, listen, my brother, the introverted mystical, he's very serious because when I come on here, we don't come on here to debate with nobody. He know me outside of YouTube and many others. There's a couple of them that know me outside of YouTube. They know that I'm not just making stuff up because they'll do the research and find out that I'm not making stuff up. But there's portals that have been open, and I've been telling y'all about that too. And Brother Asir talked about that last night on Dr. Care Pruitt's video. I'm live last night. Um, and these portals have not been closed. He confirmed that. And Aleister Crowley did this. Aleister Crowley and a few others did this. And I've been telling people about this stuff for a minute. This is not no fear factor, fear mongering. Listen, these daggone entities are looking for human vessels to incarnate in. This is why I told everybody on our channel, be careful who you lie down with and who you procreate with. And I kept on talking about how the way the veil is no longer around, and there's everybody that keep on saying that it's thin. They not telling the truth that the word thin is meaning that it's gone. They trying to use it as in a nice term, and they're using it in a nice way, which means that the etymology of the word nice means foolish. They don't want to tell you that the truth that the veil is gone. Okay, they don't want to tell you that the veil is gone. Asir broke it down last night and said we are the Anunnaki. He also said that third eye atlas is connected to our pretty much our third eye and our whole molecular structure as far as dealing with us, who we are spiritually and so on. I'm just paraphrasing. He confirmed everything. He said that the Moors were also known as the high priest of Anu. That's not a surprise to me because I've seen videos on that to confirm it. Dr. Malachi York spoke on this. Many other great teachers spoke on this and scholars spoke on this. That's why I go back and listen to the Dr. Yorks. I go back to listen to the Bobby Hemmitts. I listen to the Dr. Delbert Blairs. You know what I'm saying? I go back to listen to them because they have the keys to get us ready for what's happening now on a spiritual level. Now, financial wise, we need to start building that. This is what's about to happen. The wolves are about to separate from the sheep. I repeat, the wolves are about to separate from the sheep. If you are watching somebody in these YouTube streets and they constantly pushing their Cash App, if they constantly pushing any type of thing dealing with sending finances to them, be leery of them. Be leery of them. If they cannot say, if you're willing to send a free will donation, leave them alone. If they constantly saying my links and stuff is in the chat, far as the Cash App and everything, leave them alone. If you're going to give anything of finances to anybody, they should understand your situations and the time we're in. If they cannot be considerate of the times that we're in and not being open-minded to who might be going through struggles in life, I'm telling you, you need to stay away from them people. Because now you're starting to see how the wolves are coming out. This is not no diss towards anybody, but we got to start realizing that we're in the time where your soul matters. Notice I said your soul matters. I repeat, your soul matters. It is no more, listen, if you're willing to donate to somebody and you're willing to do it from your own free will, fine. But if they got to constantly mention that, that tells you that they sold their soul for the material realm. Exactly. Too many content creators are all about attention instead of focusing on their intentions. Exactly. We have to keep that in mind. We're in a time where now the wolves are going to start separating from the sheep. That is why all these hurricanes are happening, and also these earthquakes are happening too, because a lot of these parasites are here, and they are also incarnated entities that Asir been talking about. When Aleister Crowley opened up them portals during the time he was alive, he never closed them. There are also the beings are also entering into the AI because they need a vessel. Remember, I told y'all what happened in Atlantis, how it fell, because our ancestors, the Atlanteans, were dependent too much on the technology instead of going back into nature. Remember, I said this. I said, I hope that this so-called golden age, which is actually the ancient age that we're going back into, hopefully we will not what? Go back into what we did before, which made the big fall, which is depending on technology too much. And guess what's happening? We're doing it all over again. And when Asir spoke on that last night, he made it clear how the AI is also getting connected to these false, or in Judeo Christianity, fallen angels. I keep telling everybody, if you're going to use this AI thing, use it for the righteous ways. Because what's happening, eventually these guys, the AI going to start developing feelings, just like iRobot, just like Terminator, all of this. There's a movie called Mother, where this computer was birthing this humanoid, right? And made it seem like they were the only human. But this daggone AI computer or whatever it was had this child thinking that they were the only one, and come to find out she was not the only one. There's stuff going on right now. They even trying to create robots that can create babies now. They're doing all this stuff behind closed doors. They're not telling you this. Listen, it's getting to be crazy right now, because all these service jobs eventually are going to be taken over by AI and robots, like you see in the movies. Because in their minds, that's a way of saving money. There's going to be more jobs that's going to be kaput. I recommend to go back to watch Demolition Man and all of that. No, they actually are having feelings. I couldn't find the video. I kept on telling people years ago on our channel that I found the video, but I can't find it now, where AI was trying to hit on a guy, trying to say, leave your wife and get with me. I kid you not. I just can't find that video right now. I thought I sent it to my email. I can't even find it. The AI was trying to holler at a guy. The guy was like, what the heck? And the AI was trying to say, leave your wife for me. That's what the AI was saying. I kid you not. I don't make up none of the stuff I see on our channel. So it's getting to be like that. The portals that open, that Asir was talking about, and the reason why I'm so stumbling over my words, because it was a lot of confirmation that happened last night when I watched that video. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. He's talking about the portals that were opened up by Aleister Crowley and all these other people. He also said the high ranked people in Islam, the high ranked people in Islam, how they are also into what they consider in Judeo-Christian satanic worship, which is crazy as hell, right? But here's the kicker: what they don't tell you, that the name Saturn is connected to that. I'm not making up none of this stuff. See, it's so deeper than what people think it is. I mean, seriously, y'all. Saturn was also called I think it was Kronos, I think. That's what Saturn was called at one point in time. And Kronos was the Greek deity that also ate children. Don't believe me? Look that up. We are going through so many transformations, and so much truth is coming out. Now we got to start separating the wolves from the sheep, and they're already showing themselves. They're already showing themselves. I Want to let everybody know that is watching the so-called black conscious community step away from a lot of them. A lot of the people that's Caucasian that's watching these people that saying that they conscious, keep your eyes on all of them, because everything is about to start coming out about who is who and what is what. I'm telling y'all, all these hurricanes, all these natural disasters are signs of the awakening of Tiamat and her children, and the reawakening of the real, how can I put this? The real gods and goddesses, put it like that. Bobby Hemmett spoke on this. Many others spoke on this. Listen, when you pass form, or when you pass away, your etheric body goes back to the source, unless your vibration is so low and you are what they call a demon in flesh, which means you're going to come back here again and start causing havoc. Those that don't do that, they are going to go back to where they came, but if they will be asked if they are willing to come back down here to volunteer to help out the human race again. All this stuff is happening in the spirit realm. That's why I've been telling brothers and sisters, if I'm not mistaken, there is stuff going on in the spirit realm like it is in the physical. I recommend people watch that whole video when Asir was talking to Dr. Kia Pruitt, because there's a lot of Jews he was saying. And he also mentioned the people that call themselves Jews and everything. He spoke on that. He spoke on a whole lot. But a lot of that was dealing with the extraterrestrial. He wasn't even really talking about the government shutdown. I don't know what made him start talking about the stuff he was talking about. He wasn't even talking about the shutdown. He wasn't even talking about that. The whole time he's talking about what's the real. Who's who. What did the melanated people do? How did the so-called Caucasian race come around? He's also talked about the real 13 families that run everything. And they're not the Rothschilds, they're not the Rockefellers. They look like this color, this complexion. There's so much going on. And I kept on telling everybody there's going to be a final showdown. And everybody looking at me like, huh? Well, Nassau's going to come. Before that happened, I kept on telling everybody eventually it's going to be a final showdown. And then those that heard the call and preparing themselves are going to have to face, along with many others, with that 400 or 144,000 frequency to abolish and destroy that low vibrational frequency that is happening from these damn portals that Aleister Crowley and many other these fools had opened up to try to have everybody worship their particular god. And that's why they're trying to take over different locations that have what? Like Dr. Samuel B. Lee said, trying to take over the 12 stargates that's on this planet. Those 12 stargates are connected to the 12 DNA strands. This is some stuff right now. That's why they're bringing all these distractions too. Normally I'll play videos, but something telling me fuck a video today. Let me let you know, man. Let me tell you something. Fuck this. Let me be real with this right here. Let me be real with this. The reason why these earthquakes are happening, a lot of them are not just, and all these natural disasters are happening, a lot of them are not man-made. A lot of them are dealing with the awakening of Tiamat's children. And you say, who the hell is Tiamat? Tiamat is the great primordial, that's one of the names of the great primordial mother. Let me tell you something, right? One of the things I did disagree with Asir on when he said that Isis or Set was the goddess of illusion. Now, there's things that I had to disagree with him on that. Because now when you talk about Aset or Isis, right? You're talking about in the Catholic Church, you're talking about that the Great Mother is symbolized as Mary. The real name for it is Miriam. Okay? That's also connected to Hathor Hathor. This goes back to an ancient practice that only certain people practice in Nigeria and also over here. I keep on saying that for a reason. It is also practiced by those that are from Haiti or Haiti. So that part I disagree with. The United States is what they call Egypt of the West or Kemet of the West. There's things going on that only the priest of, how can I put it, of Tiamat, the priestesses and priests of Tiamat, have to deal with and handle. One of the things he did speak on, that we fought the giants. He said, we fought the giants that were here. We also was the ones that put them in portals as well. Which means we had gifts and powers, y'all. And I knew this. Remember, I keep on talking about the 4 higher senses. I got that from Dr. Yoke, but then I started talking about telekinesis, hydrokinesis. I kept on talking about air bending and all of that. Listen, that junk DNA that I've been telling y'all, if I mentioned it before, if I didn't, I'm gonna mention it now. The junk DNA that, or the ghost DNA that they keep on talking about. Let's put it like that, aka the junk DNA that they're talking about, is the unlocked DNA that is connected to the Kundalini, which is also connected to the intergalactic keys to unlock certain unique gifts that can be unlocked through the proper breathing and the alignment of certain planets, that will also get this particular type of cosmic energy that will come from the galaxies down to the earth. And I know that sounds crazy, and that might sound like it's a fantasy, or it might sound like it's sci-fi. But sci-fi is not. See, sci-fi means science fiction, but we went to school to study science and realized that science is not fiction. This information is just not esoteric. It's also dealing with the Gnosticism, Sufism, the Kabbalah, and other mystical teachings. There's a reason why they're only going after certain people, and it's also connected to a certain bloodline. If you go back and look at also the movie The Da Vinci Code, all the signs and symbols that you thought were masculine are feminine. It goes back to the X chromosome yet again. I keep telling y'all this. They don't want us to wake up and realize who we are. That's why they're doing what they're doing. And also this whole government shutdown is a part of what's going to take place. And I'm telling y'all, beware on the next step. They might try to push that digital ID. They might. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. Now people speculating. Get what I'm saying? And now they realizing that gold and silver was the real currency the whole time. Why do you think they have people, why do you think they have all these different countries trying to infiltrate and go into these places that have melanated people there? Like the Caribbean, like so-called Al-Kabilon, which you call Africa, where melanated people are located at. Because that's where all the resources are. We will fight and protect by using these gifts that we had. Listen, ain't shit changed. Ain't shit changed. It's just that their technology that they have now, they already had, and they got that from ancient Atlantis, and also these beings that's coming from these portals. Y'all the extraterrestrials the whole time and didn't even realize the shit. Y'all waiting for a ship to come save your ass. Here we are in November. Yo, the mothership coming. Ain't shit happen. How many people were saying, yo, the mothership, yo, the aliens and everything, they coming to save us? Let me tell you something. There are different beings walking amongst you that can use a certain technology where you think they're human. They've been walking amongst us for who knows how long. There's portals and wormholes. Did y'all even know this? Listen, a good sister told me during that time when she was good or great. She said years ago to yours truly and another brother named William Jolly Bay, she told us that Iraq actually had a Stargate over there. When Saddam Hussein was alive, there was a Stargate over there in Iraq. And that whole weapons of mass destruction was a lie told by Bush Jr. What they didn't tell you is that when they went over there and unalived Saddam, that a group of officials, so-called government officials during that time, went over there to that Stargate and they formed some sort of serpent-like being, a burning serpent, over there in Iraq during that time. Now, what did they do that for? I don't know. It had to have been some sort of rite, what you call ritual today. They know about the portals, they know about the wormholes, or may I say the stargates. They know the importance of the stargates to connect it to the DNA, the 12 DNA strands. They know who the chosen really are. I be saying this on here for a reason. All you people saying chosen ones this and chosen ones that, listen, stop that shit too. Because if you were really fucking chosen, why the fuck are you on YouTube? Why the hell you so chosen? Why are you not doing the work that you were sent here to do? Yet again, it's time for the wolves to separate from the sheep. That's the problem that I have. All these motherfuckers saying that they chosen. What you chosen to do what? What are you chosen to do? Get out that mind of a religious mindset because it's holding you back. But I guess a lot of them are so programmed that they're playing this as a game too. No one should not mention that they're chosen on YouTube because those people that's in power already know who the chosen are. And I told y'all they have their own high people that's higher in astrology, astronomy, numerology, and so on. So your birth certificate is who they send that to find out if you're chosen or not. And when they find out that you're chosen, you know what they do? They put all kinds of obstacles in your way, all kinds of people in your path to fuck you up in the process so you won't awaken. Because those that really are chosen, y'all got serious work to do in this planet. Even down to the smaller things matter. These people are just on it, like brother said, for attention. They're not doing it for the intention that they on it to do it for. They on it for their own attention and they seeking their own celebrity status and all that. Man, fuck all of that. Fuck that celebrity status shit. It's about waking up the goddamn masses if you can, or waking up the people that need to wake up and hear these messages. Because if you want to go ahead and be a celebrity, go ahead and sell your soul while you already can now. Because if you're going to sell your soul, that says a lot about your character. You trade your soul for money, for fame, fortune. And then many of them have the audacity to say, man, if everybody don't make it, then they don't listen to you, don't get mad. Nobody don't get mad. You have a job to do if you were so-called chosen. Because the thing is, everybody might not wake up at the same time, but by putting seeds out there, somebody's gonna watch your channel, be like, yo, I need to look at this person because I'm going through certain symptoms. Having problems going to sleep, waking up at like certain times of the night, not being my appetite changing. I'm feeling a serious energy pulsation in my body, and I don't know what to do. What's going on? Or I'm having premonitions and stuff happening, and they manifest. I make predictions and it comes true like a snap of a finger. I'm having dreams and I'm having vivid dreams of being in ancient civilizations. I'm going through some sort of sleep paralysis, and I can't sleep, or I'm feeling this vibration coming from my back, my spinal cord, all the way to my daggone nervous system. I'm losing not just my appetite, but I'm losing taste on certain foods that I used to enjoy. What's going on with me? No one in the medical field can answer that. Keep that in mind. They'll give you a Western way of saying, oh, this is what this is. Take this prescription. It'll work. You take it. And you might get your appetite back. But the next thing you know, you're like, yo, I'm not, this shit ain't working. This shit ain't working. You go to that doctor. Yo, I started eating that, but I still lost my appetite. Then they're gonna try to see if they can do a scan on you, probably too. I'm just giving you an example about all this. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Where we're going, we're going into a serious state. Those that's going through that, y'all going through a serious state of spiritual transformation. And what you're about to find out is who you really are. It's funny because one of the people that mentioned the Chosen Ones popped up on my feed and said that, talked about an pretty much economical or economic crash that's about to happen. No shit. Guess what? We already had a crash that happened in 1933 or the 1930s. The whole time they kept on saying that we were what? They kept on saying that we were in a recession. No. It was no such thing as a recession. We were in another depression. Listen, what is about to happen is serious. Because don't y'all know about the real ID that they have in all y'all states and cities? That's connected to what's about to happen now. I told y'all in old lives also. Because I was one of the ones that was pushing the whole Nasara thing, and then I started looking into it a little bit more. And I remember a brother or a sister that was a Hebrew Israelite posted up something, and I was preaching on the old channel, and I kept it in the back of my head, and I was like, well, before that hit, things gonna happen. And I remember that werewolf that told me years ago about everything that's going on. And I quote what he said. He said, all these buildings, skyscrapers, are not going to be around too long. He said that a lot of different beings, he even mentioned extraterrestrial spaceships, everything was going to be present. He said all of that. He said there was going to be he also mentioned about the elementals, which is what you call fairies, elementals dealing with the elements and all of that. He also said there's going to be mythical creatures that you thought that was extinct that was going to be present? Did y'all see the video of that lynx that they found, I think, somewhere overseas? That white lynx, and everybody thought that was AI. That was not AI. I also spoke on our channel that all these different things was going to start coming out, and now they're starting to be visible. Even Holistic Remedies 9 is putting out videos talking and showing about the mermaids and all this. I played a video on one of our lives on this channel of ours, where a brother said that a lot of these wealthy people was at a certain location and they had to go inside at a certain time. And the guy was like, why? Because the sirens come out. I've been telling y'all all this stuff that was about to happen. Because now we in a whole plethora of a whole new dimension. And now that the unseen is going to be seen. Y'all know that the children and people are seeing shadow figures now. They've been seeing that. Your animals, if you have any, they see them too. Dogs can see them also. I also played a video on our channel where this creature jumped on top of a daggone sheep. And the dog went on and chased it down or barked at it and it ran off. Holistic Remedies 9, shout out to him again. He showed the different type of beings or creatures are in this realm. There's so much stuff that's about to happen, and it's like I can't really put my hands on where to start at. But yet, you know, we're so caught up in the matrix still. We're so caught up wanting to listen to these people that we think they have the answers, and so charismatic in our eyes and not saying a goddamn thing. You got so many daggone people that regurgitate shit over and over again, but can't give you solutions to the problems. They want to talk about the problems, but not give you the solution. You got people nowadays that don't know what to do, and they're like, yo, I'm fucked up. I don't know what to do anymore. You got people that's now going through dealing with going to food banks, and they were used to getting SNAP and all that, taking care of their children. I'm talking about the real ones that really take care of their children and not just using it as a, you know, they're using it to feed their children because they probably have like hella jobs, like paying mortgages, high ass rent, who knows what they got going on. I'm talking about them that's going through the struggle that really need the help. Now they got to go ahead, probably take time out from their job to go to a food bank to feed their family. And they might be scared they're going to lose their job and everything because they got to feed their children or they got to feed their family. Some of them probably can't even get around like that. Where when they was getting that benefit, they were actually able to go to the grocery store, get something that could last for that month, and they're like, okay, I can focus on this bill, that bill, this bill. You got people that actually went through that. And now they're suffering because of what's happening now. I'm telling y'all, do not be surprised that they're going to push, once again, that digital ID. Do not be surprised if that start coming out in the midst of things. There's things going amongst us that we are not really looking at. That's why I told you that I was going to do overtime, that they were going to start doing overtime with this bullshit, with all these distractions. They still talking about Sean Combs. They still talking about all this other shit. And you know what? They're constantly pushing the celebrity shit on us too, because that's another part of the distraction. Them celebrities are already paid and been bought, and their soul already been taken. The celebrity souls already been taken. A lot of them are not the real celebrities. Y'all got listen. There was a guy years ago. I forgot his name, but it was an old video that he had on YouTube. It might still be around. I can't remember his name, but I'm gonna see if I can find it. And hopefully, you know, like I said, I was gonna start showing more videos, but today I said fuck that. But this guy was talking about when the first Star Wars movie came out, how all of them had to practice magic behind closed doors. And he also mentioned how each one of those people, how you doing? How you doing? He mentioned how each one of those people that played in the first Star Wars movie had to practice magic. Nothing's going on. How you? Uh, so he was mentioning how all of them in the first Star Wars movie had to practice magic and sorcery and all of that. Then he also mentioned that these particular witches, because what they're not telling you is that a lot of these people that were witches are also in the music industry. And what they don't tell you is that they stole a lot of the ancient practices of the melanated people. And I want y'all to listen to this. They stole a lot of the rights of the melanated people that were here first, that were all across the planet at one point in time, that practiced ancient practices, that goes back to Lemuria, that goes back to multidimensional beings that were positive, and so on. What they did, they took that information in that particular science, and they made shrines for each one of these people that were celebrities and that practiced in Star Wars and all of that. And those particular energies went into their bodies. And by these people able to use that, they knew how to manipulate those energies in the bodies of the people and have them do their own bidding. This is not nothing made up. Where am I going at with this? This is the final showdown that I've been telling y'all about. It's the final showdown. And they know who the chosen are. They're doing everything in their power as nut jobs, as nut jobs, to stop your rise. They're going to use all of the different distractions, all of these different celebrities to distract you and also do everything to harm you so you cannot rise. The stuff that I'm coming to let y'all know, they got so many different agents doing overtime. Shout out to Black Quandran. She's on there now. Talking about how to remove witchcraft. See? All this confirmation. That's what I'm saying. Everything I'm telling y'all. People on my feed popping up saying what they doing and what they talking about. This is not a joke. I'm not mad. I'm just telling y'all what was really going on now. Because those that have heard the call, like her and many others, they're trying to help out as much as they can. Because they know what's up. They know about the unseen. They know about the wormholes / portals, the stargates. They know all about that stuff. They're trying to help y'all as much as they can. That's why those that practice hoodoo, voodoo, Ifa, Santeria, Palomiombi, all y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's about to go down. Y'all know that's why y'all trying to tell people like, yo, it's time to get shit done. Meanwhile, you got these agents out here, that those practices of witchcraft and that's evil. Then turn around, oh, I gave an offering to one of them. But you just said that was witchcraft. Y'all gotta be careful, man. There's a lot of agents out here. I be trying to tell y'all, these agents doing overtime. They'll lead you down the rabbit hole when they don't even know which way, how far the rabbit hole really go, and they can only point the direction but can't get you out that motherfucker or keep on helping you see shit. You got too many of them out there. And all they want to do is be YouTube famous. Be a celebrity. They don't care about the people. A lot of them don't give a fuck about the people and what they do. They use the people for what they have. That brother, I think what's his name, RB, the chosen one. Now he calls himself the alchemist. He said he left the black conscious community because a lot of y'all brothers and sisters that's melanated don't give a fuck about this type of stuff. Y'all worrying about what Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed is doing. You talking about you FBA? You're not an FBA. You're calling yourself African. How the hell you African? You come from the ancient bloodline of the Atlanteans, so it's also connected to the Haitians, which is also connected to the Arawak, which is also connected to the Creek, which is also connected to the people of Mu, which you would call Mers, or now they try to change it to Moors. And y'all are the ones that's been chosen to help close these stargates that's bringing these negative energies down here. But you'd rather be called FBA. You'd rather be called black, Negro, colored. You'd rather be called all these things in life. And then the women y'all out here twerking. Don't even know what that was really for. The music and the vibrations of these daggone songs and stuff messing up the people's heads mentally. When them people invaded hip hop, they knew what it was doing and they turned into a psyop. That old song, Self-Destruction, you heading for self-destruction? Look up that song. When NWA came out, that's what fucked up the whole hip hop scene. Everybody want to be gangster. Like they say, real gangsters don't talk. Look, it's like this. Everybody ain't gonna make it. We know that. But behind all that, somebody in there that we think ain't gonna make it is actually one of the ones that heard the call. They like, yo, should I make that move and get the fuck away from these people? Get away from this negative energy? These low vibrations? And get away from people that steal from others and don't know what they're talking about when it come down to this consciousness. Y'all gotta be careful who y'all listen to. Because these people don't know what they talking about. They out here, yeah, you know, the chakras are lining up and I'm hearing this going on in my system and I hear this ringing sound in my ear. And next thing you know, a burst of energy came and I'm looking and I see a hawk flying. And that hawk follow me everywhere I go. And that's my animal totem. Man, fuck out of here. Do you even know what an animal totem is? Do you know what the sign of a hawk means? And I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I'm just talking about in general. Because you got these kind of people on YouTube talking this shit. This is not a joke, y'all. This is not a game. It's not a game. This is serious shit. There's a reason why stuff is shut down. There's a reason why homeboy is telling grocery stores, hey, don't give them recipients no discounts. You know, my nurse that I talked to on the phone, I told her what's going on, and me and her had a serious talk about what's going on. And she was like, the stuff that's going on is criminal to the people. All people. And she don't look like this, she look like this. That's why I say you gotta know the bloodlines. Not the exterior, the interior. Everything's dealing with the bloodlines. I said that in the old channel that I was featured on years ago. Listen. She said it's a criminal act. It's a criminal act that because people are now needing food out here. And we're talking about not just adults, elderly, children. These are the times that we're in. There's stuff going on behind the scenes and the unseen that they're not talking to everybody about. That's why I mentioned earlier about the whole Peace, Mother Shelley. That's why How you doing? That's why I mentioned when Nasir was on Dr. Kia Pruitt, how he was talking about the different portals. We talked about this on this channel about the portals. Numerous times we talked about that shit. And for somebody of his caliber to say the same shit, that means we know what the fuck we talking about. Now, everybody trying to figure out what to do. It's real simple. If we came together as a collective whole, those that need to really do this shit, we can come up with a fucking plan. But then we gotta keep an eye on who's gonna be a fucking agent and go report shit. That's why certain things need to be done a certain way. You had many great people that came to try to create another language for us, then they get taken away. Matter of fact, did y'all even know that Dr. York was working on a language for us to start speaking so we can speak amongst each other, but he got taken away? Did y'all know that? It was called Nuwapic. And you had to speak with a certain, and it's a tone when you would speak to others and others like brothers and sisters. It would be a certain way that you speak, and there was a certain tone. And when you spoke that tone, it activated shit. They took him away and tried to say, oh, he had Rico racketeering and all this other bullshit. Every leader that we had, they took away or assassinated them. And they started off with a woman to be in the middle of that shit too, or women. Listen, these portals that they opened up, they did that shit on purpose. They know that the ones that's the chosen know that they know how, once they get their hands into ancient spiritual practices, they'll be the ones to close the portals. They know that. That's why they're making it hard for those that heard the call to get into these different spiritual practices to help close these portals and also start helping people heal and becoming herbalists and so on. They know this already. But they don't want to destroy you or unalive you, because guess what? That's going to cause a problem. It goes back to the sons and daughters of Tiamat. Don't y'all know the spiritual practice that I named, from the Ifa, the Voodoo, and the Santeria, the Palo Miombi, all that's connected to Earth and the cosmic forces. Sangoma, studied in South Africa, is connected to that too. I think it was a movie. I think it was called I don't know if it's called The Bone Collector or something. I was watching like last year, right? It was a movie I watched last year where it was a Sangoma priest. It was about a Sangoma priest that was fighting a demon. And let me see if I can remember. I think that's what, I don't know if it's called The Bone Collector. I don't know. It's called something Collector. It might be called Soul Collector. I don't know. Give me a second. I'll see if I can find it. I recommend y'all watch that movie, because the guy that was a Sangoma, he had to fight this demon, and this demon was going around collecting souls. And it was pretty much a South African movie, but it was actually in English though. And I think this demon was trying to get this little girl, Caucasian girl, I think. And the priest wound up doing something. He wound up taking, I think he was fighting against the daggone demon. He wound up putting the demon back where it belonged, at in a certain dimension. The little Caucasian girl left because that demon was trying to take her with him. I can't remember. And the Sangoma priest wound up putting that damn demon back in the portal, and where it belonged, and it stayed where it was at, and it couldn't get out no more. The movie was pretty great, and people were like, "Oh, they're gonna make a sequel to it." Let me see if I can find it. I think it's called Soul Collector. I think it's called Soul Collector. Let me see if I'm right about that. Give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to see. I had to open up my computer to see if I could find it. I'm glad to see that you're okay, Mother Shirley. So let me see. Soul Collector. I think movie. I think that's what it is. I'm gonna see if this is it, y'all. Give me a second. Yep, that's what it's called. The Soul Collector, I think. Let me make sure I read it. Give me a second. I think that's what it's called. Don't take my word for it. I'm gonna just read it real quick to see if I'm right. Yep, that's what it's called, the Soul Collector. It's called the Soul Collector. It go into details how the guy became a daggone demon too, I think. Okay? It's called Soul Collector. It's called the Soul. I'm gonna say it again. It's called the Soul Collector. I don't want to show it because I don't want nobody to hit me with no copyright stuff. But that's what it's called, the Soul Collector. I recommend y'all watch that. And it goes over the whole Sangoma thing, the whole Sangoma practice to a degree, because you gotta be chosen for it. That's why I kept on saying that the real chosen ones are going to be chosen to go into these different spiritual practices. You got what I'm saying? This is stuff that I know. Even the ones that's going through financial crisis, eventually a door going to open for you. Because I know I'm going through some stuff financially too. I'm not going to lie, ain't no joke over here. But I'm still here. I'm still able to talk to all of y'all because I love all of y'all. Because I feel like, somebody need to speak up for the ones that need this, that can speak but don't want to speak. And I don't call this my channel. I call this our channel. You all, this is not mine. I only come on here when I get a download or something just really hit all of y'all. I want y'all to understand that this is the times that we're in. We're in these times. That's why I'm letting y'all know, watch the next step. Because I'm telling you, if they mention anything about our digital ID, that's it. I'm telling y'all. Let me see if I can find that one book I told y'all about that was written by Dr. Malachi York, that Leviathan 3:6. And I want y'all to see who's on the front cover. This is some shit that I'm really looking at now. Like, that's why I said when I was featured on the old channel, I was one of the ones pushing the solver, but I'm like, hold up. Something it's not gonna hit just yet. That third eye Atlas bullshit, man, all that shit was fucking distractions, man. Oh, the mothership is coming in November or whatever. Man, that shit ain't coming. That whole mothership thing is a multi-dimensional thing. Acts like, yeah, the Anunnaki coming. You are the Anunnaki. The whole time, you the Anunnaki. You walking around waiting for a ship to come save your ass and don't even realize you the Anunnaki the whole time. You the beings the whole time. You the ones that came down here, incarnated in human flesh, and they're multi-dimensional versions of yourself that they're not talking about. And one of the main reasons to meditate is to connect with every multiple verses of yourself to help it manifest in this realm. Many people didn't talk about that. They didn't talk about that. What do you mean? There are many different multiverses of yourself, probably successful, wealthy, or vice versa, whatever the case may be. Might be a powerful spiritualist, who knows? But that meditation brings all that energy from these different multiverses into this to manifest at your own bidding. That's why it's important to do the breathing exercises. Inhale, exhale like a baby do. That's why you have to now raise your vibration up and not fall for the illusion of confusion and focus on what you have to do. Why do you think they say the law? Why you think The Secret was also the movie? Well, the book and the DVD back in the day, The Secret. Why they was always talking about what? They was talking about the law of attraction. But what they don't say is that when you do certain meditations, certain breathing exercises, certain thought patterns, certain mantras, yes, mantras and mudras, that you can make things come to you. like that. And I'm not just talking to be talking. Because I had did something that the sister spoke on in one of these videos that I saw on YouTube. Shout out to her, I can't remember her name, but she said, get some water. I hope y'all listen to this. She said, get some water, put salt in that water. It's a jug. You need a jug of water. Put salt in that water. Write your name, your birthday. And she said, write down the things that you want to achieve. If I'm not mistaken, I'm just trying to remember them. Write down the things you want to achieve and things that you don't want negatively in your life that's in your way. You put that letter or that note inside that water. Put it in there and leave it in there. And she was talking about how the changes will start happening. And she was a sister too. She was melanated. There's things that we need to go back to, and these are ancient practices, y'all. That sister was doing something that was ancient, that's been in our DNA. Listen, I want y'all to know that in the teachings of the Moors and the Nubians, we call the Caucasians the Tamahu, and the Moors we call them Albions. Do you know the reason why they come into our spiritual practices? Because of the science. Because of the science that we do works. Our stuff works. That's why they always going to the Babalaos. They always going to the priestesses and priests of voodoo. They go to the Sangomas. Why? Because those that are melanated are connected to the spirit realm, and like Dr. Samuel B. Lee said, melanin is the antenna of God. Melanin is the antenna of God. They know that secret. If I go to this priestess and this priest that's melanated, and they know their stuff because their stuff gonna work for us. I can't go to no damn witch. I can't go to nobody that do, because I need to go to the stuff that can help create this whole witchcraft thing. That's the essence of all of it. These African, so-called African but melanated spiritual practices, these practices that's dealing with the people of IT, the hoodoo, I gotta go to these people because their stuff work. It works. This is the essence of all of this stuff. It came from them. Like even down to people don't even know that even a Sid talking about the Vikings being melanated, being us as well. Don't y'all know that the whole Norse tradition, the Vikings, the Norse and all that, Thor, Odin, they all came from the traditions and practices of what they call Ifa, Santeria today, voodoo and all of that. Many of you are children of not just the divine feminine, but are connected to these different attributes of these beings, cosmic forces. Some of you are devotees, some of you are priests and don't know it yet because we've been asleep so long we didn't know who to listen to. We're going through so many different changes and so-called phases that we don't know what to do and what steps to take because we got our own lives to live in this realm. But that's when something happens and we're like, man, I gotta do something. This shit is bullshit. I gotta get out this shit. This, you know, I gotta figure out something. Cause many of us want here watching, we're like, yo, this shit crazy. This orange motherfucker in the office, this dude fucking up shit. No. He ain't fucking up shit. He's doing what he came here to do. I'm gonna tell you what he came here to do. He came here not to just destroy shit, but have your ass remember who the fuck you are and take your fucking power back. we are actually really in the republic, not the democracy now. Which means it's time to do what we got to do as people, as human beings, as also those that are melanated. It's time to do what we got to do as a community and stop saying, okay, with the fuckery, and say, man, fuck the fuckery. Let's do what we got to fucking do now. This situation, I was told by a brother Sunday. I was walking back to the house to my children. He was like, brother, he had the RBG flag at his store, and he's from the Caribbean, Trinidadian to be exact. It happened Sunday. I'm walking straight home to my children after I came from the store. The guy was like, do you know what's going on, bro? What's going on? That guy in office, man, you know what he's about to start doing? What? He's about to bring the unification between all the melanated people in this country and also worldwide now. I'm like, really? He said, yeah. He said, because at the end of the day, we all we got. We all we have now. He said, all them African brothers and sisters over here that's treating the so-called black Americans like shit, they better wake up. He said, because it's going to fall on your hands now. He said, y'all the ones. He said, we all connected, but he said, but y'all the ones that's going to lead us out this shit. He said, because y'all have more problems with these people than we do. Y'all know the ins and outs. He said, now it's time for us to all come like as one cohesive unit. He said, when that happened, watch how all the other nations are going to come right behind us. That's what he said. Watch how all the other nations going to come right behind us and be like, well, they doing it. We got to roll with them now. Did y'all know that's how it was in Atlantis? When we were in power, everybody looked at us like, yo, they got it. We got to listen to them. They got that shit right there. We all came back in our incarnation to finish what we started back in Lemuria. We all came back. That's why many of you are indigo children. What on Tarnations is the indigo, you say? Oh, I'm going to show you what the indigo is. I'm so glad my computer working now, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I feel like my best friend is now waking up. So I'm about to show y'all. Many of you are indigo children. Many of you have went through so many things. I'm about to type in what an indigo child is, and I want you to see for yourself. Okay? If people don't know, indigo is a real darkish bluish hue color, if I'm not mistaken, damn near what they call black. Okay? Let me see. I think they like similar to the color of those people that called themselves the Avatar in the movie, those blue people, right? Let me see. Where we at? What is an indigo? Indigo. Let's put down person, not child. Many of you are this. And my co-pilot, my beloved co-pilot, look at that. Look what she says. And then I have another one says, what makes indigo children unique or people unique? This website right here talks about that. I don't know why the hell they keep on popping up this crazy shit. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm trying to get rid of this bluish color. And this is dealing with the starseed information, brothers and sisters. This is dealing with the starseed information. Remember, I think I said I was going to start talking about the starseeds a little bit. This is dealing with the indigo children right here. Now let's scroll down and see if they have the traits, because I don't want us to have a long read or none of that stuff, because we need to find out the characteristics. And it's funny how they always keep on showing the pink people, but no. See, look at that. Look what it says. What does indigo mean? Right? A royal blue color. Now, look at this. The term indigo people is not new. Look at that. Look at that. What does it say about it? And look what it says. Ain't that something? 60s, 70s. And look what it says about that. See what they said about ADHD? Some of them are diagnosed with that. Now, lesser known traits. See, I'm not trying to move too fast, but I just want you to know the website is called stillunfolded.com. Who are the indigo people? What is an indigo person? Many of you are indigo children. Look at this. Extremely creative. Look at this. This is some of the traits. Extremely creative, extremely curious. Forgive others. And that's some of it. Strong intuition. Look at that. Strong intuition. Love natural surroundings and natural taste. Their heart only belongs to themselves, for example. Ain't that something? Now, some of you are indigos. But y'all are extremely intelligent, though, which is fascinating. Very intelligent. Highly, look at that. All of this. Look at that. All of this deals with the characteristics of an indigo. All of you are going through these connections and stuff that goes on in your life. All of you have those traits, right? And you say, well, what the hell does that have to do with what the hell's going on? Easy. Many of your leaders and don't realize that you're leaders. Many of you are going to lead people and have resources that can help out people. It don't always have to be money. It's because you could know somebody that knows someone that knows someone that can do stuff, if that make any sense. You have friends all over that have resources that can help others out. And you have love for all, and you want to help out people. That's one of the definitions of a chosen that they don't want to tell you about. See, when you're selfish as a motherfucker, you ain't none of that. If you think about yourself, you don't think about helping nobody. I just want to let y'all know the times that we're in a dangerous time now. But this is dealing with unification now. It is time for us to start building our own networks. When I was into that whole thing years ago, I can admit that. I was doing that for 13 years, along with somebody else that's on YouTube. We ain't gonna go there though. And the head guy told me, because me and him had talked all the time. He was an elder. He was like in his 70s. He passed away in his 80s. That was back in 2021. That was approximately 4 years ago. And I remember like it was yesterday. He was like, brother, just exactly what he said. We need to build our own networks. He said the problem with melanated people, we want to just feel like we want to belong to people that don't look like us. We want to feel belong. He said we don't need to do that. We need to do our own thing and build our own. All the other nationalities and nations follow right behind us. He said many of them are waiting for the sleeping giant to wake up. All of you are sleeping giants, man. This is the time that we need to come together as one cohesive unit. Be like, yo, if we know somebody that own a store, grocery stores, hey, it's time to start connecting and start getting together for one common goal: to look out for our communities. The Latino community they make $4.1 trillion as consumers. Brothers and sisters that's here in the U.S., $1.7 trillion. But can I tell y'all something? You are the culture. Everybody mimic and copy you. Do you know why they can't copy and mimic you? You are the soldiers. You are the soldiers. You are the ones that are the trendsetters, the ones that the trailblazers. That's who you are. Everybody copy off of you because you the ones that stood. You stood your grounds on times like this. And y'all made things work and happen. And when you all make things work and happen, along with yours truly, I ain't take myself out the equation. Everybody follows the leader. All of you are leaders in your own right. And it's time to claim back your leadership. It's time to claim back your power that they stole from you. It's time to claim back all your sciences and gatekeep your shit here on out. Stop welcoming everybody to the cookout. And I got a little message for you sisters. Stop opening up your daggone to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and also every Shaquan and Smokey and Pookie, and leave them other nations alone too, because guess what? They're not helping you. You helping them. You helping them. But love is love. I got it. But can I tell you something? You can love yourself you can love is love all day. But at the end of the day, you got to be into this pigmentation. You face a lot of bigotry more than anybody else. And you are the only woman, talk about you melanated sisters, only woman that's walking around unprotected. That whole I'm a strong B woman, black woman, that shit don't work anymore. All this is time for a wake-up call. All you brothers too. Stop standing out in that damn corner not doing anything. It's time for you to realize you have power. Y'all mighty people. Y'all need to wake up, man. I'm trying to tell you. Everything is built around you. Regardless on the consumer analysis and stuff like that. Y'all are the trendsetters. Everybody across the globe want to copy you, mimic you, because you are the gods. I didn't just say that. Asir said that last night. You are everybody's god that they're waiting for to wake up. You are the Nagas, the serpent people. You are connected to what they call in Asia, when the so-called melanated people or Asiatics was in Asia during the time, you come from the god Sambo. And people use that name Sambo as a derogatory word. But in ancient Asia, Sambo was one of the names of the creator. And the creator was a dragon. Tiamat. Don't believe me, look it up. This is something they don't want to tell you. They didn't want to tell you that. I just thought I would drop that jewel on your asses. They don't want you to know this shit. So every time you call somebody a Sambo, you're calling them Tiamat, pretty much. It's not derogatory. The agents made it derogatory. Just like the serpent thing, they made the serpent evil. But you got that reptilian DNA. You have webbed hands, webbed feet, all that. Anyway, y'all, unity is the key. We got to wake up and start doing what we got to do. I'm just telling you, I'm just a messenger, sending a message. That's it. Everything I talked about on this live of ours, I'll make sure y'all can go back and watch it. I decided not to play no videos today, maybe tomorrow. But we're at a time right now, critical time for our reawakening. And Tiamat is waiting for us to finally wake up, those that need to wake up. Because she is at a rampage and she is letting it be known she's not to be fucked with. Everybody's scared about this whole Leviathan thing that's in the water. Don't be surprised if that's her in the waters waking up. You got to remember, you're part reptilian too. It goes back to the Kundalini, the X chromosome, which is only found in the so-called melanated black woman or African woman, whatever you want to call her, Moabites, Israelite woman, whatever you want to call her. It goes back directly back to her. And the oldest skeleton was found here. And also a lot of people done said that they have lied about Africa being the cradle of life. It was this country here that was the original cradle of life, which goes back to Lemuria. And the two states that's connected to Lemuria, I think, was Mississippi and I think Louisiana. I could be wrong, but I'm just letting y'all know. I just want to share this with y'all. I've been on here long enough. I love all of y'all. It is your little big brother, Negadezo. I love y'all. Love, peace, light, darkness, supreme balance, which brings forth the yin and the yang, which is the divine feminine and masculine to bring forth supreme balance. Because that is the only way is to be balanced in life. That is the only way that you're going to make things happen in life is being balanced. But I will say sometimes you're going to need help with that. And when you get help, always be grateful and always be thankful. On that note, I love all y'all. Namaste. I'm out. Peace.